Welcome to HFY Sci-Fi Stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss new stories. A galactic crisis, born from a xenobiology conference, now threatened the cosmos. Dr. Hayden Brooks, facing the assembled Galactic Council, held irrefutable evidence. 47 incident reports painted a disturbing picture of humanity. Were they the galaxy's apex predators, or its most perilous sociopaths? Ambassador Clixt's voice, a crystalline tremor, echoed the mounting dread. We must address the human problem. Admiral Vorak, his elaborate headcrest hinting at unwavering resolve, stated, "They are." Human exploration teams, instead of adhering to first contact protocols, had engaged in unsettling interactions with the Apex Syndicate. Stories of comparing humans to fearsome predators, to adorable yet aggressive pugs, and dismissing predation as mere pest control, painted a chilling portrait of human naivete. Exactly the problem, Vorak growled. The Apex Syndicate, apex predators themselves, were not understanding. Their expansion was a trail of decimated species, and now 3 civilizations sought council protection. 2 more sought human mercenaries. 12,000 ships from a peaceful herbivore collective aimed towards Earth, declaring humans their new gods, bearing offerings for divine wisdom. A horrifying truth dawned. The humans weren't understanding, they were being sarcastic. Their casual dismissiveness was verbal irony, misinterpreted as threats by the apex predators. A galactic war loomed. You want me to explain that humans aren't trying to psychologically manipulate anyone? Brooks pleaded. Prevent galactic war? The council demanded. Explain what humans truly are. Apex predators who eliminate competition, now viewing threats as minor inconveniences. Brooks was tasked with a monumental, terrifying mission. Convince the Apex Syndicate that humans were even more dangerous than they perceived. 48 hours later, the briefing materials were a terrifying synopsis of the Apex Syndicate's home world. A landscape meticulously sculpted for murder, home to creatures honed by evolution to be lethal. Brooks, accompanied by the cryptic guide, Fang, stood on the threshold of a terrifying ritual. The Sacred Hunt. The Apex Syndicate desired to test a horrifying theory about human behavior, that humans were apex predators in disguise. And the ultimate test was about to begin. This ritual demands predators prove their might by hunting fellow predators, and I must participate because the hunt leader believes humanity's danger stems solely from its technology and pack unity. Strip those advantages, and we become mere prey. Refusal would lead the hunt leader to brand humans as cowards, authorizing their expansion into our territories. If I fail, you perish, and the hunt leader will conclude humans are not truly formidable. Should I triumph, humanity will be recognized as equals among apex predators. Hayden halted her stride. You require me to hunt alien predators to avert war. I need you to demonstrate that humanity represents the inevitable evolution beyond predators. How many adversaries shall I face? 3. And their sole objective will be my demise. They will aim to eliminate you before you can eliminate them. With what arsenal? Whatever the land provides, devoid of technology or external aid, within unfamiliar territory, against foes who know it intimately, against seasoned hunters. Precisely. And this is deemed a fair contest. Dr. Brooks, your exploration teams reported that humanity eradicated its predators, achieving dominance on your world. If that assessment holds true, 3 hunters should pose no significant challenge to you. Conversely, if it does not, you must commence preparations for the Sacred Hunt. Hayden surveyed the unwelcoming landscape. What is my time frame? 2 hours. 2 hours to ready myself for hunting 3 alien predators with improvised weaponry. 2 hours to establish humanity's status as apex predators. And what awaits me if I emerge victorious? You anticipate my victory? Fang, I am human. We ascended to the pinnacle of our food chain, not through pessimism. And if I fall, you will be eliminated, and the hunt leader will learn that humans possess an unyielding spirit. Dr. Brooks, are you implying you may be more formidable than anticipated? I am suggesting your hunt leader neglected to inquire about the nuances of human predatory behavior, such as our response when hunted, and what exactly humans do. Hayden watched the sun dip below the horizon. We cease to be prey. The Apex Syndicate homeworld mirrored Hayden's expectations of a planet inhabited by dangerous predators, dark, menacing, and teeming with entities that likely desired her demise. The presence of her escort, Three beings resembling a wolf-tiger hybrid, imbued with opposable thumbs and a surly disposition, did little to bolster her confidence. Dr. Brooks, her assigned guide stated, whose name was evidently beyond human vocalization and who had instructed her to call him Fang, with what she hoped was a touch of ironic humor. The hunt leader seeks to comprehend why your species claims mastery over predators. We don't claim mastery, Hayden replied, striving to maintain a steady tone while navigating a path seemingly engineered to induce sprains. We simply learned to coexist with them. Your exploration teams conveyed that humanity represents the evolution beyond predators, Fang countered. This implies succession, advancement, displacement, replace, or it implies that humans appeared after predators in time, meaning predators evolved first, then humans evolved later. Fang paused his advance, turning to face her. His eyes, the color of molten amber, were as vast as dinner plates. You proposed the statement was chronological, rather than a declaration of superiority. I suggest you might be overanalyzing it. Overanalyzing? Interpreting something beyond its true significance. Perceiving implications that are not present. Fang's ears twitched, betraying a possible flicker of bewilderment. But your kind eliminated its predators. We did not eradicate them. We merely rendered them less pertinent to our daily existence through conflict, technological advancement, and habitat management. And yes, some conflict occurred, but it was largely historical. Historical in the past. Modern humans rarely engage large predators in direct combat. We employ different strategies. What strategies? Hayden pondered how to articulate contemporary wildlife management to an alien predator. Well, if a dangerous animal inhabits an area frequented by humans, we might relocate it. Alternatively, we might alter the environment to diminish its appeal to the animal. We might also implement barriers to keep them away from populated regions. Should these measures prove insufficient, we might be compelled to neutralize the threat. Neutralize it. But that is typically a final recourse. Fang resumed his movement, yet Hayden sensed he was contemplating this revelation. Your species favors non-lethal resolutions to encounters with predators. Generally, yes. Terminating predators is often counterproductive. It can disrupt ecological balance and generate more issues than it resolves. Then why do your exploration teams refer to humans as superior predators? Because humans excel at adapting to challenging environments. We do not necessarily seek to be predators, but we perform exceptionally well in that role when necessity dictates, when we are threatened. When our territory is breached, when something threatens, we, like all creatures, are social. We crave connection, banding together for protection and resources. Banks' ears twitched. How large these packs. A family, a handful. Communities swelling to the thousands. Tribes of tens of thousands. Nations sprawling to the millions. Humans. We transcend boundaries, uniting for shared purpose. Shared goals, mutual benefit. Without a common enemy, we might fight, even violently. Silence fell as we trudged a grim path, a landscape born of despair. The trees were black, the grass razor-sharp, everything watching. Dr. Brooks, Frank finally spoke. The hunt leader has a theory about human nature. That humans, masked by cooperation and tech, are apex predators. And how is he testing this? By severing our technology and connections. Hayden felt dread. What does this mean? You're entering the sacred hunt, the ritual where young syndicate members prove their predatory worth, because the leader believes humans are only dangerous with advantages. Strip away the tech, isolate us, and we become prey. Refusal means the leader deems us cowards, expanding into our territories. Hayden stopped. An alien hunt ritual to avert war? Prove humans are apex predators without technology or support, or the leader will deem us not dangerous, and expand. Succeed, and the leader will recommend peace. Fail, and you'll be eaten. Hayden met Fang's gaze. Those are cruel odds. The leader considers them fair. You are small, weaponless, lacking enhanced senses or support. Logic says you're easy prey, but your explorers implied otherwise. The leader wants to see if you can survive being hunted by trained predators. By seeing if I can hunt? Them? Hayden blinked. I beg your pardon. The sacred hunt isn't about survival, Dr. Brooks. It's about dominance. You will be the predator. You must eliminate our hunters using your natural abilities and the environment alone. If you win, Humans are proven apex predators. The leader will show respect. If you lose, then the leader assumes humans aren't actually dangerous. Hayden surveyed the bleak scene. How many hunters? 3. Trying to kill me. Yes. And this is fair? Dr. Brooks, you are human, the apex of predators. If that's true, 3 hunters shouldn't be a challenge. Otherwise, your species has been deceptive. Hayden weighed her options. Refuse, and galactic war looms. Lose, death, and potentially war. Win, a slim chance, but a chance to prevent conflict. Fang, she asked, what if I win, but the leader believes I cheated? He is honorable. If you eliminate 3 hunters using only your abilities, he will accept humans as apex predators. And if I eliminate them in dishonorable ways, then the leader will assume humans aren't honorable apex predators, and he will treat your species. This means war, Dr. Brooks. War. Hayden surveyed the unfamiliar landscape, then met Fang's gaze. When does this hunt commence? At dusk. The hunt leader desires to witness your preparation. My methods for hunting formidable quarry. What if my methods involve calling for reinforcements? No contact with your pack, no technology, no aid from other beings. So I must pursue 3 trained alien predators, relying solely on my innate human capabilities, crafting tools from the local environment and terrain I've never encountered, against adversaries who know it intimately, opponents larger, stronger, and better equipped than I, seasoned hunters. And this is meant to validate humans as apex predators? Dr. Brooks, Fang stated, your exploration teams reported that humans eradicated their natural hunters and ascended as the dominant species on their planet. If this account is accurate, this should be a straightforward trial for you. However, if it's not, Dr. Brooks, you must ready yourself for the sacred hunt. Hayden glanced at the sun, sinking behind the stark landscape. How much time do I have for preparation? 2 hours. 2 hours to ready myself to hunt 3 alien predators in unknown territory with no weaponry and no backup. 2 hours to demonstrate that humans are what follows predators. Indeed. Hayden resumed walking, her mind a whirlwind of human hunting strategies, improvised weaponry, and survival tactics. Fang. Yes, once I dispatch these 3 hunters, what follows? You will be celebrated as a successful predator, and the hunt leader will extend appropriate respect to your species. And if I fail to eliminate them, you will be terminated. The hunt leader will then conclude that humans are not truly formidable. But what if I defeat them in a manner that instills fear in the hunt leader? Fang's ears twitched anew. What do you imply? What if my victory is so decisive that the hunt leader recognizes humans are far more dangerous than he envisioned? Dr. Brooks, are you suggesting you could prove more perilous than your hunt leader anticipates? I suggest perhaps your hunt leader should have inquired more deeply into what humans do when threatened. For instance, what humans do when actively pursuing something that is hunting them. And in that circumstance, what do humans do? Hayden gazed at the setting sun, then at Fang. We cease to be the hunted. 2 hours later, Hayden was concealed in the shadows of a rock formation that resembled a crude sculpture, as if crafted by someone with a strong aversion to comfort. She had dedicated the first hour to scouting the hunting grounds, charting escape paths, and identifying potential weapons and tools. The subsequent hour was spent recalling everything she knew about persistent hunting, strategic thinking, and the anthropological theory positing humans as the galaxy's most effective endurance predators. The positive aspect was the abundance of materials in the local environment that could be fashioned into weapons, provided one possessed the requisite knowledge. The negative was the impending test of whether her theoretical understanding of human hunting strategies would translate into practical survival skills. The most alarming development was the audible approach of her hunters. Aiden had fashioned 3 spears from straight branches and sharp stones, employing techniques gleaned from archaeological reconstructions. She had also prepared several throwing stones, marked escape routes through the terrain, and, in what she hoped was a stroke of tactical brilliance, invested significant time in creating decoys and setting what her grandfather would have termed unpleasant surprises for any pursuers. The sound of movement through the undergrowth grew nearer. Hayden could discern at least 2 of them communicating through low growls, likely indicating tactical coordination. The third remained either exceptionally quiet or was advancing from an alternative direction. She pressed herself further into the rock's shadow, attempting to adopt the mindset of a persistent predator. Humans had not achieved dominance on Earth through superior size or strength compared to their prey. Their triumph stemmed from their intellect, patience, and an innate ability to transform any situation into a strategic advantage. A branch cracked approximately 30 meters to her left. Another responded from 40 meters to her right. The third hunter was still unaccounted for, suggesting he was either directly ahead or, more ominously, something growled softly behind her. Hayden pivoted, finding herself face to face with an apex syndicate hunter, significantly larger than Fang, who had evidently mastered the art of silent movement through terrain that audibly crunched under her own steps. His amber eyes mirrored the moonlight, and his mouth hung open. His teeth gleamed, sharp enough to pierce cans. "Human," he rasped. "You reek of terror. All beings fear when they contemplate foolish actions," Hayden countered, her grip tightening on the spear. "The distinction is we proceed regardless." The hunter tilted its head. "You deem this hunt foolish." "Most hunts strike me as imprudent," Hayden admitted. "Yet sometimes participation is unavoidable." "True," the hunter conceded. "But the manner of engagement remains a choice." "Equally so." Hayden subtly shifted her stance, testing the ground. "So how shall we proceed? A civil discussion? Or shall we fast forward to the part where one of us attempts to end the other?" "That depends. Will you flee? And if I pursue, will you continue running?" "That would be the conventional approach." "Then no. Evasion is not my strategy. Running merely postpones the inevitable and grants you a tactical edge." The hunter's ears twitched forward. "You defy my expectations. What did you anticipate? Fear, panic, the instinct of prey. My apologies for the deviation. Humans rarely exhibit prey instincts. We manifest as predators or problem solvers, often both simultaneously. And which role are you embodying now?" "Both." The hunter advanced a step. "Elaborate." "My predatory nature is evident. I am armed, positioned for conflict, and assessing you as a potential threat to be neutralized. The problem-solving aspect is more nuanced. I am also determining if a swift demise or a protracted one would be more advantageous for you." The hunter paused. "Ending me. That is the typical outcome of a hunt. One predator eliminates another to assert dominance and claim dominion. You believe you possess the capacity to eliminate me?" "I believe I am about to discover the truth." "Human, I possess greater size and strength. My body is naturally weaponized, my senses are honed, and I am intimately familiar with this territory. Furthermore, I have advantages you cannot comprehend." "Such as?" "My humanity." The hunter's growl deepened. "That is not an advantage. It is the singular advantage that truly matters." "Explain." "Humans are creatures of endurance. Our victories stem not from brute force, but from unwavering persistence, inventive tactics, and an unparalleled ability to utilize our surroundings as instruments of war. And you believe this grants you supremacy over natural hunters. I believe this positions humanity as the evolution beyond such predators." The hunter crouched, poised to strike. "We shall soon know." "Indeed," Hayden affirmed, adjusting her spear. "We shall." With a sudden burst of speed, the hunter lunged. Hayden had mere moments to decide: meet the assault head-on or attempt to turn the hunter's momentum against it. She opted for a third path. Dropping instantly, she rolled aside, sweeping her spear low, targeting the hunter's legs as it landed. The hunter crashed to the ground, rolled, and sprang back, snarling. Hayden was already in motion, using her agility and intimate knowledge of the terrain to create distance while remaining within striking range. "Your tactics resemble those of prey," the hunter snarled. "I fight as a human," Hayden retorted, circling. "We do not fight fair. We fight with cunning." The hunter attacked again. This time, Hayden was prepared. She sidestepped, her spear arcing in a swift, precise movement, and felt it bite into solid flesh. The hunter yelped, stumbling. "Problem-solving," Hayden remarked casually. "I observed your movements for the past 5 minutes. You favor your left side and betray your intentions. Assuming smaller quarry will either flee or freeze." The hunter, bleeding from a rib wound, showed no outward concern. "You are learning." "I am adapting. It is our nature." "And what else defines humanity?" "Improvisation." Hayden hurled a prepared stone at the hunter's head. It ducked precisely as anticipated, placing it perfectly for her follow-up spear thrust. This time, she aimed for its shoulder, intending to incapacitate its primary striking limb. The spearhead sank deep, eliciting a roar from the hunter. Instead of retreating, it seized the spear shaft and yanked, pulling Hayden off balance. "Improvise that," it snarled, reaching for her with its free arm. Very well, Hayden responded, activating a trap meticulously prepared over 20 minutes. The deadfall consisted of 50 pounds of precariously balanced rocks, rigged to collapse upon disturbance of the supporting stones she had wedged into the rock face. The hunter had positioned itself perfectly when it grabbed her spear. The rocks descended from above and behind, driving the hunter to the ground and pinning its legs. It was alive, but immobilized. Problem solving, Hayden stated, retrieving her spear. We humans not only adapt to our environment, we reshape it to our tactical advantage. The hunter looked up from beneath the rocky debris. You orchestrated this. I devised several contingencies. This one merely succeeded. And a failure meant another plan. Humans excel at backup strategies. Now a choice. End you or track your companions. Would you forgive me? I prioritize targets. You're neutralized. Your friends. A threat still. The hunter observed her. This isn't animal instinct. This is human cunning. We're efficient, sparing needless violence. But we strike when needed. If you follow, if you warn your friends, if you threaten, I'll act. If not, you live long enough to tell the hunt leader that humanity, evolved as superior predators, has surpassed nature's design. The hunter was silent, then spoke. Human. What name describes this hunting style? A persistent, adaptable approach with environment manipulation and planning. A lengthy label for Tuesday, the day of the week. This isn't enhanced training. This is how humans solve problems. Assessing, planning, employing solutions with backup systems for failures. It's instinctual. We do it because we are human. This is our thought process. The undergrowth rustled. 2 more hunters. A final chance. Silence or elimination? Silence, I choose. Hayden left the rock, the others' sounds guiding her. They were calling, coordinating their hunt, less discreet than the first. Were they inexperienced, overconfident, luring her? She stilled and listened closely. 2 directions, but the sounds circled her, pushing her toward the initial rocks, trapped between them, facing the cliffs. Tactical coordination, not individuals, but a hunting pack, a challenge. Humans excel at pack hunting, with communication, planning, and numbers. But she was outnumbered in foreign territory, against opponents who knew the area, their hunt patterns. They expected prey, not a predator. Hayden smiled grimly, moving toward their sounds. If they seek a coordinated hunt, then give them their coordinated opponent. The second hunter, hidden by a fallen log, concentrated on the sound's origin. Hayden circled behind him. A stone hurled away, drawing his attention. Then a swift assault. Faster than the first, he deflected her spear, then rushed, trying a grapple. Big mistake, Hayden declared, introducing him to her improvised knife. Brutal, one-sided. He recognized where precision attacks cause maximum damage. Hayden, who has mastered anatomy and the persistence hunting style, knew the goal wasn't overpowering, but disabling efficiently. The hunter fell, a few gurgles, then stillness. 2 down, Hayden said, retrieving her spear. 1 more to go. The third hunter was there first. Human, he called from behind. You fight like a predator. Hayden turned slowly, larger than the others. A confident hunter, someone who'd never faced a foe they couldn't kill. Molten gold eyes, a smile showing teeth that could bite steel. I am a predator, she replied. You're a predator, playing a hunter's game. I've witnessed your takedown of my kin. You rely on tricks and tools, not raw power. Humans do that, not us. It's effective, but lacks honor. The hunter stalked me, a hair's breadth away. My pack faltered, underestimating you. I won't repeat their error. No, you will blunder in a new way. What misstep? You've watched me fight, thinking you understand. You've seen me dismantle 2 hunters, but never seen me hunt a predator. Is there a difference? Let's find out. I struck first, not waiting for him. I feinted with the spear, threw my makeshift knife as he evaded, then charged with my backup spear. He expected the spear, but not for me to drop it and tackle him. We crashed down, claws and teeth bared, a savage battle over a kill. But I had an advantage. My entire life studying how predators kill. I spent hours devising how to apply that knowledge. The struggle ended when I choked him, cutting off his air supply. 30 agonizing seconds passed as he raked my arms and back. Finally, he stilled. I held the choke for 10 more seconds, then checked his pulse. Alive, but out. Success. 3 hunters taken down without a single death. Tactical persistence, I murmured to the unconscious foe. It's not just for casual engagements. A slow clap drew my gaze. Fang and a towering, ornate Apex Syndicate member, likely the hunt leader, stood nearby. "Dr. Brooks," Fang announced. "The leader wishes to speak." I stood, wiping blood from my skin. I hope he won't criticize my techniques. The hunt leader approached, a symphony of effortless movement. His voice resonated with absolute authority. "Human," he began, "you have neutralized 3 skilled hunters." Indeed, without killing. It wasn't needed. My aim was to remove them as threats. "You spared them? Because true predators conserve energy. Dead enemies can't learn from us." The leader scrutinized me. "You fight like a predator." "I am, but unlike any you've known. I am a human predator. We're unique. We hunt problems. We identify challenges. And we devise solutions, using everything available. Food, threats, war. We tackle it all. And tonight, what problem did you hunt? Tonight, I hunted a way to prove humanity's apex status without igniting a galaxy-wide war." The leader's ears twitched. "Have you succeeded, Dr. Brooks? Your kind conquered your natural predators, not through strength, but through strategy, tools, and adaptation." "Precisely. And against new predators? Humans apply these same skills. Efficiently, yes. Without needless killing, but we're prepared for it." When it's required, the leader looked at his fallen comrades and back to me. "What if the Apex Syndicate invaded human space? You'd be eliminated as a threat. War, if needed. But humans favor economic pressure, diplomatic isolation, technological countermeasures, environmental manipulation, cultural influence. We have many ways to eliminate threats without fighting. And if those fail, the same tactical adaptation I showed tonight, on a planetary scale, with advanced technology and group coordination." The hunt leader pondered. Silence hung heavy for what felt like an age. Then he finally spoke, his voice resonating with a newfound respect. "Dr. Brooks, the Apex Syndicate will not pursue expansion into human territories." A collective sigh of relief seemed to ripple through the clearing. "However," he continued, "the Syndicate possesses a deep interest in understanding the intricacies of human hunting methodologies." "For what purpose?" Hayden inquired, a tremor of apprehension in her voice. "To ascertain the secrets of ascension, how a species evolves into that which surpasses even the most formidable predators." Hayden glanced at the prone figures of the hunters, then met Fang's unwavering gaze, before finally turning to the hunt leader. "Are you suggesting that humans share their knowledge of advanced predatory techniques?" The leader clarified, "I propose an exchange. Your insights into persistent tactical adaptation in return for understanding and mutual respect between apex predators." Hayden hesitated, weighing the implications. "Such a decision demands deliberation. Amongst my own kind, your collective, the human government, and those entrusted with the delicate balance of interspecies relations. Should consensus emerge, collaboration between humanity and the Apex Syndicate may become a reality." "To what ultimate end?" he pressed. "To tackle the problems that plague the galaxy. That is humanity's purpose," Hayden declared with unwavering conviction. The hunt leader studied her intently, then offered a slow, deliberate nod. "Dr. Brooks, convey to your pack that the Apex Syndicate recognizes humans as fellow apex predators. The expansion into your territories is rescinded. The Syndicate perceives no advantage in vying with a species demonstrating such superior adaptability, as so eloquently demonstrated by you, Dr. Brooks. You neutralized 3 seasoned hunters using only improvised weapons, environmental manipulation, and calculated tactical maneuvering, alone in unfamiliar terrain, against opponents boasting every natural advantage. It's what humans do when cornered," Hayden stated simply. "Precisely." A flicker of something akin to a smile played across the hunt leader's face. "Dr. Brooks, when other species inquire as to why humans exhibit no fear of predators, what shall we tell them?" Hayden surveyed the harsh landscape, the subdued hunters, and the assembled syndicate members, whose gazes held a mixture of awe and trepidation. "Tell them that humans harbor no fear of predators, because we understand that fear itself is merely another problem to be solved. And solving problems is what humans excel at. And if they ask what comes after predators, tell them that what comes after predators is anything smart enough to figure out how to eliminate predators efficiently. In our case, that was humans. And should they question the danger posed by humans, inform them that humans are only dangerous to those who threaten us. Everything else, we willingly leave in peace." The hunt leader inclined his head. "Dr. Brooks, you have resolved your predicament." "Which predicament is that?" Hayden asked, her voice still laced with disbelief. "The predicament of averting galactic conflict while simultaneously asserting human standing as apex predators. You have unequivocally demonstrated to the Apex Syndicate that humans are not prey. You have showcased your capabilities as efficient hunters, and you have made it clear that humans prioritize problem-solving without resorting to unnecessary bloodshed. And the 12,000 ships full of pilgrims heading to Earth." Ranfun stepped forward, his voice clear and strong. "The Apex Syndicate will disseminate the message. Humans are indeed what comes after predators, but they are not deities. They are simply highly effective problem solvers." He paused, then added, "Species seeking to employ human mercenaries will be informed that humans favor diplomatic and economic solutions over military intervention. However, humans remain available for consultation on persistent tactical adaptation strategies." Another pause. "Species requesting protection from humans will receive assurance that humans pose a threat only to those who threaten them. Everyone else has nothing to fear unless they have problems that need solving." The hunt leader's smile was unmistakable this time. "I anticipate," he said, "that humans will become exceedingly popular within the galactic community, considering that every species faces challenges. And based on the events of this night, humans are remarkably adept at resolving those challenges." Hayden's gaze swept across the hunting grounds, the incapacitated hunters, and the assembled syndicate members. "You know what's truly ironic?" she asked. "What?" the hunt leader prompted. "I'm not a soldier. I'm not a hunter. I'm not a survival expert. I'm merely an academic who studies extinct animals." "And yet," the hunt leader observed, "you neutralized 3 seasoned predators using nothing but improvised tools and tactical ingenuity." "Yeah, well," Hayden shrugged, "that's what humans do. We adapt. We improvise. We solve problems. And we typically figure out how to survive whatever the universe throws our way. Even if what the universe throws at us is other apex predators. Especially if what the universe throws at us is other apex predators. We've had a lot of practice with that." The hunt leader stared at her for a prolonged moment, then threw back his head and emitted a sound that could only be described as laughter. "Dr. Brooks," he chuckled, "I suspect the galaxy is on the verge of discovering precisely what it means to have humans as neighbors." "And is that beneficial or detrimental for species that cause problems?" Hayden inquired. "Exceedingly detrimental." He paused. "But for species burdened with problems that require solutions." The hunt leader's smile widened, revealing the full extent of his razor-sharp teeth. Their impressive teeth. Truly exceptional. For species desiring solitude, humans grant it, unless aid is requested. Then, as the hunt leader declared, they'll discover humans are what comes after predators, the species that mastered the dilemma of being prey. Hayden gazed at alien stars, her mind on the arduous journey back to the Galactic Council. Reports, inevitable meetings on interspecies protocols, all awaited. "You know what?" she murmured. "I'm going to need a bigger research grant." The Galactic Council's new human problem-solving consultation department, a testament to unforeseen demand, occupied a former storage facility. No one anticipated the burgeoning need for human advisory services. Dr. Hayden Brooks, Director of Interspecies Threat Assessment and Resolution, sat behind a desk of repurposed shipping containers. "Let me clarify," she told her assistant, Pat. "The Crystalline Confederacy wants us to handle a planet-eating space whale, and the Apex Syndicate seeks help hunting a reality predator?" "Precisely," Pat affirmed, manipulating 6 data tablets. A chime signaled entry. Ambassador Kix entered, followed by a formidable being resembling a crab crossed with a tank, adorned with military decorations. "Dr. Brooks," Ambassador Kix intoned, "meet General Hardshell of the Galactic Defense Council." "General," Hayden responded, rising. "How may I assist?" The general's voice rumbled like grinding stone. "Dr. Brooks, we have a grave problem. An invasion fleet, 10,000 ships, from outside the galaxy. Highly advanced. No communication." Hayden settled back. "And you want humans to solve this? How? By doing what humans do with superior predators? Eliminate them efficiently?" She leaned forward, skeptical. "General, what makes you believe 10,000 advanced alien warships are a problem humans can solve?" 6 months ago, General Hardshell stated, a single human, using improvised weapons, neutralized 3 Apex Syndicate hunters. Last month, your species solved the space whale crisis by convincing it to become a tourist attraction. 2 weeks ago, human advisors ended a 300-year war by suggesting a business partnership. He paused. My point, Dr. Brooks, is that humans deem impossible problems routine. An invading armada seems precisely the dilemma your people would tackle unconventionally, something no one else would conceive. Hayden looked at Ambassador Clixt. Your assessment? I believe, Clixt responded, amusement in his many eyes. This sounds like precisely the problem humans would confront by declaring, hold my beer and watch this. What's beer? Hardshell rumbled. A peculiar human beverage, Clixt explained. The phrase translates to, prepare to witness humanity attempting something seemingly unachievable, yet almost certainly succeeding. Hayden rose, resolve solidifying her posture. General, she stated, how much time before this invasion fleet arrives? 3 months, he confirmed grimly. Understood, she nodded. I need a specialized team, engineers, diplomats, scientists, military strategists, and, crucially, one individual whose sole purpose is to ask, but what if we tried the obvious solution everyone thinks is too simple? Her gaze swept the aliens. Then we'll discover if humans are truly the evolutionary successors to predators, or if we're to meet something that transcends even what comes after predators. And should it be the latter? Her expression hardened. Then we will solve that problem too. For that, she concluded with quiet conviction, is simply what humans do. General Hardshell's gaze, usually unyielding, softened imperceptibly as he scrutinized her. Dr. Brooks, he rumbled, are you truly confident humanity can resolve this unprecedented crisis? Hayden met his gaze unflinchingly. General, she stated with certainty, I am absolutely convinced humans will solve this problem. We will do so in a manner unforeseen, using overlooked resources, and the results will likely defy logic until they've proven effective. A wry smile touched her lips. And if, by chance, we are mistaken, then we will solve the problem of being wrong about the original, nonsensical problem. Welcome, she concluded, hands spread, to human problem-solving methodology. It doesn't have to make sense. It simply has to work. As General Hardshell and Ambassador Clixt exited, Pat looked up. Dr. Brooks, he inquired, should I begin drafting consultation proposals for post-invasion fleet problem-solving services? Hold off, Hayden instructed, a knowing smile. Because, knowing humans, we'll resolve this invasion crisis in a manner that inadvertently generates a dozen new problems, for which other species will then desperately seek our assistance. Hayden leaned back into her chair, a thoughtful expression. Pat, she mused, 6 months ago I was trying to explain why humans, unlike virtually every other sentient species, seemed devoid of fear regarding predators. Now I find myself running a consulting enterprise based on the premise that humans apparently don't fear anything. Not accurate, Dr. Brooks, Pat corrected gently. Humans fear many things. We simply refuse to let fear paralyze us or impede our solutions. And the core difference, Hayden finished, a profound realization. Fear itself is simply another problem, another formidable challenge. And humans, she affirmed with quiet conviction, are singularly, exceptionally adept at solving problems. Pat, without a word, made a concise note. Hayden gazed into the star-strewn expanse. Out there, somewhere in the infinite black, an alien armada hurtled towards them, or rather, somewhere else entirely. He knew, with a chilling certainty, that humanity was likely already strategizing how to repurpose that invasion for their own benefit. It was the way of predators who had evolved past predation. They innovated. 3 months after the initial alarm, a high-priority message from the Galactic Defense Council shattered the uneasy calm. The approaching fleet had inexplicably altered its trajectory and was now pleading for diplomatic sanctuary, seeking to establish a refugee settlement. The truth, it seemed, was far more terrifying. The invaders were themselves fleeing a horror, reality-devouring parasites capable of consuming entire dimensions. These desperate refugees sought someone capable of tackling the insurmountable. Dr. Brooks, General Hardshell announced grimly during the emergency briefing, they specifically requested the predators who hunt predators. Hayden interjected dryly. Let me guess, the Apex Syndicate told them about us. Apparently, the legend of humanity had spread far and wide. We didn't merely solve problems, we transmuted them into opportunities. They want to hire us to eradicate these dimension eaters. And just how does one eliminate something that devours reality itself? The glimmer in Ambassador Kix's eyes might have been amusement. That, Doctor, is why they came to us. Studying the data on the interdimensional parasites, Hayden felt a surge of grim determination. This was rapidly becoming just another Tuesday in humanity's burgeoning reputation as the galaxy's ultimate problem solvers. After all, if we could domesticate wolves and transform sharks into tourist attractions, how difficult could saving all of existence truly be?